Salutations! I'm Midshipman Aubrey Walton, and today I'll be discussing the MV Liberty's steering gear test. I will first describe the steering gear unit. Here is a map of the lines and the two sections of the unit. I apologize for the quality of the image as my phone was old and not delectable at the time. This displays that the hydraulic oil moves from the tanks to their respective pumps. The pumps move the oil to the valves, which leads the hydraulic ramps. When these move, the tiller will shift the rudder stalk and turn the rudder accordingly. Moving into the procedure, the test operates via 33 CFR 164.25 regulations. The engineer on watch calls the bridge to confirm if they are ready for the steering gear test. Once confirmed, the engineer on watch travels to the steering gear room and contacts the bridge once again. Over this call, the engineer states the position on the heading indicator to ensure that it matches with the mate on watch's reading. Then, they both agree to continue the test. Throughout the test, the mate on watch will test the non-follow-ups from the wheelhouse, right wing, and left wing stations as presented, along with the midship station. One of the pumps will run through the test first. Then the mate will switch the pumps to test the same material. This is to check if they both can operate on their own. Then, the mate will operate both pumps to see if they can work well together. While all this happens, the engineer will check that a good amount of oil is in both tanks, then ensure that the rudder position indicator matches the readings that are shown by the tiller on the unit. A walk around is performed to check for leaks or damages. The grease container is observed so that the unit isn't low on grease. If this is the case, then the engineer must add grease, as it is quite important for smooth operation. Once the test is complete, the mate will call the engineer on the sound-powered phone to test its communications. The engineer will voice their observations. If all is well, they state such to inform the mate. The two then decide what time they should use for marking up the logbook. Writing the time in the logbook is the finale to the procedure. I appreciate those who watched and listened to this description of the steering gear test. And with that, I, Midshipman Aubrey Walton, shall depart.